So just about 2 years ago, John Arie Jr. had purchased this property with Family Entertainment Center, and he had a vision for what he was looking to do with this property, and he reached out to a couple different manufacturers to discuss what he was looking to accomplish. And we came down here and met with him and discussed his objectives for the property, what he was looking for a coaster.
When we first spoke with Fun Spot, you know, we weren't sure what to expect. You know, we had a lot smaller rides envisioned. Junior was like, no, it's got to be huge, you know, but he said huge a lot longer than I just said it.
Arie Jr. went out and rode, I think, all of our coasters in North America. So he really settled down that he wanted an iBox coaster. He wanted really a signature classic roller coaster to bring in here. Something that's proven because, you know, it's his first major ride to put into this property. And then we went to work with our design team, and I think we came out with a great design.
This was the first iteration, essentially, was this one right here. We went through several other iterations and then circled back to this one. John was like, nope, this is just it. You know, this is the one that we want to go with. You know, it sprawls out on the highway, which is huge, you know, nice big billboard for the park, and then it sprawls out behind the arcade building. So it like pulls the whole site together, which I think that, you know, they were kind of looking for an anchor piece for this park. We stretched as far as we could and went as high as we could over that building and beyond that building. So we were really constrained with what we could do. And I think in the end, it's almost like when you have a design challenge like that, it forces creativity.
John has a steel structure, angle iron structure down in his park in Orlando, and he liked the low maintenance option that comes with it, not having to mess with wood, particularly in a more hot, humid climate. So we discussed the options with him. He decided he wanted to go with angle iron structure.
Structurally, we really played on this ride. We took our lift truss and applied it in a few different areas. You know, we needed the Raven turnaround truss and then the building truss. We had a pretty large span. That building's 80 foot wide, plus we're beyond that a little bit. So that's close to a 100-foot span right there that we're barrel rolling over the station.
Initially, we talked about going right through the building, but then we got into some of the complications, a little bit older structure. So then we decided to go over the building, and then we found out that we had a height requirement, so it was really narrow to be able to tight to fit in there.
The roll over the building was the most surprising area for me because it's just so tight, but it feels so right. Like it's so nice, and it catches you in that right-hand corner. Joe nailed it. That's one of the coolest rolls we've ever done.
Construction standpoint, this was a tough build for us.
The time of year that you would want to install foundations here is in the drier season because this clay doesn't absorb water. So as soon as you dig out a foundation location and it rains, it just puddles full of water. Due to some permitting challenges, we got pushed into installing the foundations in exactly the wrong season. So it was definitely challenging for our guys to be able to dig a hole and keep it dry so that we could get the foundation pour in. So as soon as we were able to get off the ground on it, you know, things went together really well.
You know, we got such a great team, our subcontractors that work with us, with the craftsmanship that goes into it. I'm just so proud of what the RMC team has done to be able to put this wonderful ride here in Fayetteville, Georgia.
Get a lot of airtime, mix in the inversions, but they're not heavy G inversions, they're, you know, 0G inversions. We brought up the idea of the Raven truss dive inside the truss, and he loved it, and especially being right on the highway like that, it turned out awesome. You know, from the road, it doesn't even look as big as it really is. You go stand underneath those things, those trusses are enormous, and just the span on the stall is incredible. That second roll over by the building is almost like a flattened underflip. They don't feel like any other RMC inversion. We didn't have an infinite amount of space that we could play with. We were constrained to a small volume of space, and so it put out a different feel, and I think it's really fun. The Chili Dip to Quad Down is our best name yet. We're pretty proud of that one. That was Alan. The Chili Dip is kind of something in dirt biking and snowboarding where you jump up onto a tabletop and then there's a dish out of that tabletop. So you kind of get two peaks that are equal elevation. So you're jumping up on the building, you dish out over the building just a little bit, and then you're popped to airtime right into that quad down. And obviously the quad down played really well on lightning rod. So thought, why not? overall, you know, the ride, we were able to come up with some new stuff. They used some of the old magic that plays well, and it just took a customer that said, hey, let's really go for it. You know, one of the big things about this is we're working with a smaller park chain, somebody that kind of fits our family culture. It honestly feels like we're friends. And I'm not saying that's necessarily unique to this customer. We always make, you know, it's our goal. Relationships matter. It's a small industry, so we always want to have a good relationship with these people. So it was a great partnership.
I think it's going to be the first of several projects we're going to do together. As you know, January Jr., he's looking to do something huge, and hopefully we'll get to be a part of that at another one of his parks.